Chapter 22 Run, Run. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 22, Run. Boom. The instant the wood dragon demonic vine slammed into Bibi Dong's thorn spider armor, she felt like she was about to be devoured. The force of the impact nearly threw her back, but she held her ground. The stench of death bloomed. With a series of pops, the Death Spider King's potent corrosive power was unleashed. The wooden dragon vines rapidly withered and dissolved, leaving a burnt vegetation smell in the air. What kind of plant is this? Poison. Crap. After the exchange, Bibi Dong couldn't help but cry out. She felt a flame inexplicably igniting in her lower abdomen. Contracting her muscles and using her soul power, she desperately tried to contain its spread. You beast! You're even more insidious than I thought, daring to poison me. Bibi Dong started to panic. She realized she'd been tricked. The wolf thief had deliberately used those vines to cloud her judgment. Everyone said wolf thieves were cunning, but she hadn't expected this one to use poison too, and this kind of poison. This was a huge setback, and she couldn't afford to continue this duel. She had to escape. Insidious. Chen Changfeng chuckled. Since when does honor matter when your life is on the line? You want to kill me, but expect me to hand over my soul ring and soul bone? You. Bibi Dong felt her body burning hotter and hotter. Her vision blurred, tinged with pink, and she fought the urge to tear off her clothes. She was still a super Douluo, and despite the toxins affecting her mind, her inherent discipline allowed her to suppress the heat. Bibi Dong finally understood the severity of the situation. He knew her weaknesses. She had to get away, and fast, but Bibi Dong was nothing if not resourceful. Despite her internal panic, she remained outwardly calm and decisive. Instantly, her sixth soul ring flashed, and a powerful purple light surged into the nether realm. Death Spider Sting. The Death Spider Emperor Spirit's second most potent single-target attack. Seeing Bibi Dong's desperate attack, Chen Changfeng smirked and swung a beam of pure wind light from behind him. Wind Blade Claw. The next second, Bibi Dong watched in disbelief. As the wind blade sliced through the air, space itself seemed to tear apart. It plunged into the turbulent purple light of her Death Spider Sting and cleaved it in two. The intense purple light shot past the peach wind blade's light and shadow on either side, creating a human-shaped opening. The wind blade continued forward, undeterred, heading straight for Bibi Dong with its razor edge, so powerful. Bibi Dong's heart pounded, her scalp prickled, and her eyes widened. Only now did she truly grasp how formidable Chen Changfeng was. Just a wind blade. The wind blade wasn't flashy, just a simple move, yet it felt unstoppable. What a wind blade claw, pure wind power. The thought flashed through Bibi Dong's mind. Boom. The wind blade claw slammed into Bibi Dong's Death Spider Sting. Smash, dissipate. Overwhelmed by the force of the wind blade, Bibi Dong was forced to use her spider spear to defend. Another roar, and Bibi Dong's Death Spider Emperor form staggered back 3 steps in the air, struggling against the onslaught. The spider spear vibrated violently. Bibi Dong's stomach churned. She realized how foolish she'd been to challenge this wolf thief. Chen Changfeng, for his part, was slightly surprised. Had Bibi Dong not yet begun the Rakshasa god trials at this point? Her strength was only around level 97. He'd really lucked out. Things were looking good. He remembered. Bibi Dong decided to enter the secret realm to inherit the Rakshasa god's power after Qian Renshue's divine examination had provoked her. This was the period when she was preparing to create the Spirit Empire. Bibi Dong was a perfectionist. Before accepting the inheritance of the secret realm, she needed to complete the soul ring configuration of her second martial spirit, the soul-eating Spider Emperor. Momentary lapse in focus, Bibi Dong seized the opportunity created by the wind blade's impact, turned, and darted into the depths of the Star Do forest, trying to escape. Trying to run. Chen Changfeng raised an eyebrow. He wouldn't let her get away after finally gauging her true strength. Running wouldn't save her. Instantly, Chen Changfeng's wind god domain expanded, and he gave chase. 8 legs really were faster than 4, it turned out. She moved through the Star Do forest like a wraith. Chen Changfeng charged forward, flattening 10-meter-tall trees into silver powder underfoot, cutting a straight line toward Bibi Dong. Damn it. What speed? Bibi Dong was shocked. Even at full speed, she couldn't shake the wind. Attribute Wolf Thief, plus, he could fly on the wind. She'd been careless. Bibi Dong, you can't escape. The longer you run, the more excited I get. Chen Changfeng's voice echoed behind her. Why don't you surrender and let's get to know each other better? Maybe I'll spare your life. You brute. How dare you insult me? You think I'm afraid of you? Soul-eating spider emperor, true form. Bibi Dong hissed. Stumbling slightly, she dismissed her death spider king form. Then, she stopped dead in her tracks. Chen Changfeng was right, she couldn't escape. If there was no way out, she'd have to fight with everything she had. Bibi Dong got serious, the purple-black carapace receded. In a blink, she regained her regal appearance, the spiderweb-like purple-black lines on her forehead glowing. Her aura expanded again. At the same time, Bibi Dong's body transformed. The spider-web lines on her forehead instantly turned dark green, and a crystalline dark green light spread from her body. This time, her legs remained the same, but 3 pairs of dark green spider legs sprouted from her back. Her arms became dark green spears, and her lower body was completely covered in a layer of dark green light. Black, 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 red, red. 7 soul rings appeared neatly around her. The second martial spirit, the soul-eating spider emperor. This soul ring configuration had clearly been achieved after her first martial spirit reached 9 rings. Even the first ring was at least 50,000 years old. The first soul ring on Bibi Dong's body flared to life at the same time as her martial spirit was released. The 6 spider spears on her back and the spider spear-like arms converged in front of her. The tips of the 8 spears pointed into the air. A potent dark green light surged along with the activation of her first soul ring. Simultaneously, the 8 spears rose and unleashed 8 crescent-shaped blades of light. Half Moon, a powerful skill that could kill ordinary title Douluo. The attack unleashed by Bibi Dong, a 97th level super Douluo, was terrifying. 8 crescent-shaped light blades flew toward the oncoming Chen Changfeng. Your Majesty the Pope, that's not fair. You're ambushing me. Chen Changfeng didn't slow down. He opened his mouth toward the 8 crescent-shaped light blades, and the same half-moon shape flew out. Dark half-moon versus light half-moon. When a new train starts, it needs support, and the speed of the train depends entirely on the support. Chapter 23. I will take you to visit the cave. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 23. I'll show you my place. Bibi Dong's attack channeled the power of darkness. Chen Changfeng's, the purest light. Boom. A high-pitched screech followed. To Bibi Dong's astonishment, her 8 crescent blades detonated mid-air on impact, leveling everything within 100 yards. They didn't stand a chance. Chen Changfeng's crescent blade sliced through her attacks like a hot knife through butter, its brilliance undiminished. Impossible. Pure light. Light more potent than angel light. A chilling realization dawned on Bibi Dong. Panic flickered across her face. She couldn't just stand there and die. Instantly, her 6th soul ring, belonging to the soul-eating spider emperor, flared. 6th soul skill, eternal creation. .2 massive, emerald scythes materialized, cleaving the air in a giant, green X-shaped ripple. Bibi Dong was pulling out all the stops. Eternal creation was one of Bibi Dong's most devastating single-target attacks. Physical defenses were useless. Energy defenses were halved. If hit, the wound would fester endlessly. The only way to survive was to rely on sheer soul power until it was all gone. The 2 energies met head-on. Boom. A muffled explosion. Both attacks fizzled out simultaneously. Even so, the epicenter was too close. The force of the blast sent Bibi Dong staggering backward. It was a testament to the sheer power of Chen Changfeng's pure light. Bibi Dong felt her resolve crumbling. This wolf thief was so strong. She needed to use 2 of her soul skills to withstand each attack, and that was with everything she had, his bloodline. It was just too strong, more powerful than even the Titan ape and Azure bull python, those forest behemoths. Light, thunder, wind, wood, and darkness, all ultimate elemental attributes. How could she possibly win? Unless she reached level 98, title Douluo, or inherited the Rakshasa god's power, she was helpless. Not only was she unable to defeat him, but she wasn't even sure she could escape. Ha ha ha. What's wrong? Not running. Seeing Bibi Dong's fear, Chen Changfeng felt a surge of satisfaction. Changed your mind? What do you want? Bibi Dong's imperious air had vanished, replaced by a touch of humility. I take back what I said. If you let me go, I promise the spirit hall will never invade the territory of the wolf thieves again. Huh? Chen Changfeng raised an eyebrow. Are you trying to pull my leg? That wasn't Bibi Dong. Her promises were worthless. A woman as vindictive as her. She'd break it in a heartbeat. Besides, was that really what he wanted? Letting you go isn't out of the question. But no need to rush. Now that you're here, why not come back with me for a while? I'll show you my place. Chen Changfeng grinned, sizing her up, his desire plain to see, show her his place. That couldn't be good. What was there to see in a wolf thief's lair? Bibi Dong's gut twisted. It was a trap. Especially knowing the habits of wolf thieves. The toxins in her body were becoming harder to control. She couldn't delay any longer, she had to escape, no matter what. She'd get her revenge. She'd hunt him down and flay him alive. Making up her mind, Bibi Dong grit her teeth and launched another sneak attack, 6th soul skill, Space Tier Abyss Slash. Before he could react, she struck. The soul-eating spider emperor's 2 massive green claws snapped together, unleashing a blade of emerald light. Bibi Dong's 6th spirit ring had 2 skills. The Abyss Slash of Space Tier was one of her most devastating attacking soul skills. As soon as the space-tearing Abyss Slash was released, Bibi Dong took off running. She had to move so fast that she wouldn't have time to regret it. In all her years, she'd never been in such a tight spot. Facing her most potent attack, Chen Changfeng seemed unfazed, as if he'd expected her to lash out. Thunder rolled in, he felt it deep in his chest, coursing through his veins. Crack. A bolt of lightning lit up the sky as Chen Changfeng threw back his head and roared. The Star Do forest quaked. Boom. The sky darkened, and wind whipped through the trees. The rumble of thunder grew louder. 3 arcs of blue, yellow, and gold light crackled. Then, the clouds themselves turned 3 colors. Was that thunder tribulation? A soul beast's thunder tribulation. Impossible. Could he control that divine power? She was done for. Bibi Dong's heart sank. Was he really going to kill her? The storm had fully formed. A 3-colored spear of pure lightning, hundreds of feet long and as thick as a tree trunk, descended from the heavens, crackling with apocalyptic power. The forest shook with a deafening roar. A crater appeared where the spear of lightning had landed. For miles, the mountainside glowed with 3-colored lightning. The air thundered through the forest like a tsunami. It was a sight to behold. Bibi Dong's fate was unknown. Only after the lightning subsided did Chen Changfeng appear before the smoking crater. Chapter 24 Bibi Dong, help me have a child. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Deep in the Star Do forest, both the Titan giant ape and Azure bull python sensed Xiao Wu's presence. Suddenly, they stopped dead, staring into the distance. Tang San halted as well, focusing his purple demon eyes in the direction of their gaze. But the Star Do forest was too vast, he couldn't see or feel anything. What's wrong, you two? He asked. Then, a powerful humming sound reverberated through the forest. The intense energy blasted away smaller birds and beasts in all directions, and even the trees swayed, exuding fear. 100,000-year soul beast. And a tidal Douluo. De Ming, heir Ming, and Tang San exclaimed almost simultaneously. The 2 beasts exchanged glances and then bolted towards the edge of the Star Do forest. What's going on? Tang San asked, keeping pace. Looks like we're late. Someone's already made a move, De Ming said, spraying water mist from his nostrils, his speed reaching its peak. Could it be Senior Jian and the others? Tang San frowned, a flicker of hope ignited. Finally, some relief. It must be that wolf thief. Hopefully, we can get there in time to save Xiao Wu. Roar. Hearing this, the two beasts roared towards the sky, acknowledging him. They surged forward, leaving swathes of splintered trees in their wake. The Azure Bull Python's voice reached Tang San. Tang San, I know what you're thinking. That soul beast's aura is even stronger than we imagined. 100,000-year soul beasts are usually fairly equal. We might not be able to kill him, even with both of us. But for Xiao Wu, Heir Ming and I will give it everything we've got. Tang San frowned and nodded firmly. Don't worry. There are plenty of people who want that thing dead, and this time, it won't escape. Meanwhile, on the outskirts of the Star Do Forest, inside a crater, Bibi Dong knelt, panting. Lightning crackled around her, leaving her stunned. The first bolt had nearly killed her. She'd been blasted into the crater, barely managing to block the blow at the last moment. She'd managed to deflect the blue divine thunder, but then came the yellow divine thunder. Bibi Dong suffered from the backlash of her soul power, her heart racing. Now, she couldn't afford to hold back, she could smell death. A red light flashed on her back as she activated her 100,000-year trunk bone skill. Immense soul power surged from her chest, gathering like a charged cannon. A split second later, the descending yellow thunder met a 10-foot diameter blast of red light. Like an impact cannon, the ground beneath Bibi Dong shook, and the air itself seemed to peel back from the red light's path. The scene was awe-inspiring. The yellow lightning crashed down, seeming to cleave the air itself. It created a bizarre tableau as the entire sky was dyed a dark yellow. A human, defying the power of heaven and earth. Even an ordinary thunderbolt overwhelmed Bibi Dong's magnificent soul skills. Thunder raged, yellow and red collided, the two forces merged and exploded instantly. Bibi Dong felt an overwhelming energy bearing down on her, as if a mountain was collapsing. The thunder seemed to penetrate her bones. Her strongest attack skill, her 100,000-year soul beast torso bone, burst like fireworks across the sky. Fortunately, the energy wave wasn't too widespread. Just as Bibi Dong felt herself reaching her limit, Chen Changfeng lessened the power of his thunder. Otherwise, she would have been maimed or seriously injured, which wasn't his intention. He wanted the complete Bibi Dong. Still, fine black cracks appeared where the thunder and her soul skills collided, as if the space itself was about to tear, a spatial rift. Bibi Dong's heart clenched, her eyes filled with despair. Chen Changfeng had actually stopped and unleashed the power of thunder, creating a crack in space. If that thunder had struck directly, the results would have been unthinkable. He had to be at the level of extreme Douluo. Bibi Dong's face paled, her labored breathing showing how close she was to exhaustion. Her eyes were full of disbelief, but the soul beast showed no signs of letting up. The third red thunderbolt was already brewing, ready to strike at any moment. Chen Changfeng was terrifyingly strong and knew her intimately. He seemed to know that she hadn't exhausted all of her resources. The thought sapped her remaining energy. Chen Changfeng looked at Bibi Dong calmly. Bibi Dong, why struggle? Why resist? Just surrender. I'll treat you well. Besides, I can sense two big guys heading this way. You could end up dead. If you obey me, I could even give you 200,000-year soul rings. You. Bibi Dong forced down her surging blood, her eyes wide with disbelief. 200,000-year soul rings. You're so brazen. As a 100,000-year soul beast, you'd hunt your own kind to give them to me? Do you think I'm stupid? No, you misunderstand me, Chen Changfeng said with a cold smile. The Star Do Forest operates on survival of the fittest. Every soul beast has its own territory. There's no such thing as our own kind. Besides, those two are coming to kill me. Why wouldn't I kill them? You truly are a beast, a vicious one. Bibi Dong's face grew even more strained. She was shocked by Chen Changfeng's ruthlessness, but the offer of 200,000-year soul rings was tempting. So, you're suddenly kind enough to help me hunt soul beasts? Tell me, what's the real reason? Do we have an agreement? Chen Changfeng raised his eyebrows, finally licking his lips. He said directly, his voice laced with excitement, it's simple. Your bloodline is strong. I want you to help me have a child. No, two. As many as you can. What? Hearing Chen Changfeng's demand, Bibi Dong exploded. You have a death wish. Chapter 25, Resistance is ineffective, the abyss swallows up space. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 25, Resistance is futile, the abyss consumes all. The words hung in the air. Bibi Dong unleashed her soul power in a furious torrent, death before dishonor. This damned wolf actually wanted to impregnate her, and with more than one child. The Pope of the Spirit Hall, forced to bear the offspring of a soul beast, a soul ring, to be exact. The humiliation was unbearable. Chen Changfeng had haunted her past, and now a soul beast threatened to define her future. She had to fight back, even if it meant dying. Bibi Dong braced herself for the end. Why do you make me do this? Chen Changfeng sighed. If you insist, so be it. In an instant, crimson divine lightning crashed from the sky. Bibi Dong's expression shifted. She did have a hidden weapon. As the lightning struck, a strange red light burst from her right leg, instantly forming a protective sphere around her. Her 100,000-year-old right leg bone, harvested from a soft bone demon rabbit, activated its ultimate ability, invincible golden body. 3 seconds of absolute, god-level defense, a near-invincible skill, boom. The divine lightning slammed down, shaking the entire mountain range. Bibi Dong was slammed into the earth. Ugh. Though the golden body held, Bibi Dong was badly wounded. Her face was ashen, while the golden body blocked the physical impact. It couldn't stop the mental assault. Her soul was nearly shattered. Chen Changfeng glanced towards the deeper parts of the Star Doe forest and muttered, "You're quick. You spoil my fun. I'll deal with you later." A long wolf howl tore through the air. Dark energy surged around Chen Changfeng. The sky above the forest twisted, the world around them becoming dark and distorted. Just as Bibi Dong reeled, a massive vortex of darkness opened in the air. It was an abyss of infinite depth, a single glance inspiring dread. Was this a gateway to hell? The power was immense. Bibi Dong, who had fought her way through Hell Slaughter City and witnessed the power of the Rakshasa god, felt primal terror at the sight of the vortex. What are you doing? Bibi Dong felt fear for the first time. Just this. A smile crept across Chen Changfeng's lips. Then, a bizarre scene unfolded. Bibi Dong found herself frozen, trapped by the gaze of the vortex. Everything around her, even the wind, hung motionless. Everything was locked in place. No. Bibi Dong tried to resist, but she was helpless, forced to watch as the darkness swallowed her. Chen Changfeng paused for a moment, then shot a cold glance at the 2 giant beasts flying towards them in the forest's depths. With a snort, he plunged into the devouring abyss. As he did, the dark vortex shrank, collapsing into a single point of light that vanished over the forest, leaving behind a crater thousands of feet across. Inside the abyss, Chen Changfeng found Bibi Dong returned to her original form, her spirit avatar gone. Abyss Devour was a technique of mental domination. It dragged the victim into the controller's personal abyss, where soul skills were useless, movement slowed, and mental power was utterly crushed. When combined with the nether realm, its mental control intensified, inducing confusion, interfering with consciousness, and rendering the victim unable to resist until they were killed or consumed. The moment Bibi Dong entered, the power of darkness began to corrode her soul. Was she dying? Was she already dead? Bibi Dong squeezed her eyes shut, her soul trembling. Donger. A familiar voice broke through the darkness. Bibi Dong's eyes snapped open. Xiaojiang. Yelin City. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. She was standing in the forest outside Yelin City, where she'd first met Yu Xiaojiang at 16. She even looked 16 again. She must be dead. Why else would Xiaojiang be here? A hallucination. Everything was under Chen Changfeng's control. The man before her wasn't Yu Xiaojiang, but Chen Changfeng. His face twisted in a wicked grin. The next instant, Bibi Dong lost all control, throwing herself into Chen Changfeng's arms. Xiao Gang, I died without avenging you. I'm worthless. Whoa. Chen Changfeng felt her arms tighten around him. Her face pressed into his chest, her warmth seeping into his body. Without the suppression of her soul power, the rosemary's effects reached full potency, the toxins raced through his blood, engulfing his pores, intoxicating him. His mind and body were immersed in the bewitching scent. He looked down at Bibi Dong, her beauty heightened by the situation. Her face was flushed, her usually sharp eyes clouded. Even her neck was tinged pink, but then, a spark of black light surged into Bibi Dong's mind. It was the aura of the Rakshasa god, dragging her back to reality. She woke up instantly. Damn you! You despicable wolf! With her last shred of strength, Bibi Dong shoved Chen Changfeng away. The illusion shattered, but it was too late. The rosemary had flooded her system. Her body felt numb, as if millions of ants were crawling under her skin. Pain was bearable, but this maddening itch was worse. The numbness and itching robbed her of her ability to think. It seemed to originate in her bone marrow, consuming her from the inside out. Get away from me! Bibi Dong screamed, desperate to escape, but she was utterly powerless. She couldn't even move. Her face was a mask of seductive color. Her eyes were blurred, her usual purple replaced with red. In the next moment, Bibi Dong was in Chen Changfeng's arms again, drawn by an irresistible force. The warmth and comfort that filled her soul washed over her, dulling the agony. Though her mind fought back, her body betrayed her, clinging to the repulsive wolf, as if wanting to merge with him. Who could resist this? Bibi Dong's mind shattered, her breath coming in ragged gasps, her face burning. Chen Changfeng was a wolf, but Bibi Dong rose up, leaping on Chen Changfeng and throwing him to the ground like a predator. Chapter 26 Bibi Dong is pregnant and evolves into the Flame Wolf King. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The moment passed. As time stretched on, the yin and yang energies of the universe arrived, piercing through space and descending into the abyss. Ding! Congratulations, host, for completing the pregnancy of the sixth child. Preparing reward. Ding! Congratulations, host, for absorbing a ray of yin and yang energy from the universe. The yin chi belongs to Bibi Dong. Reward, soul power increased by 1 level, cultivation upgraded to level 98 Super Douluo, twin spider emperor martial souls evolved to the god level, martial soul attributes increased tenfold. Yang chi returns to the host, triggering a tenfold reward return. Converting reward. Reward 1, Bloodline Evolution. Congratulations, host, for understanding the ultimate fire attribute and evolving into the Flame Wolf King. Reward 2, Physical Evolution. Reward, the host's soul beast lifespan increased by 50,000 years. Reward 3, Skill Evolution. Rewarding the host's soul skill, Sunset, evolvable. System panel updating. Host, Chen Changfeng, race, soul beast, swallowing wolf king, age, 197,000 years, equivalent to level 98 Super Douluo, realm, early stage of God realm, soul skill, burning sky flame, domain, God sealing domain, abyss domain, sunset, the power of true solar fire descends, swallowing the enemy and inflicting the burning of the sun's true fire. Soul masters and soul beasts weaker than the skill user cannot escape until their soul power is exhausted and they die. This skill doubles the burning effect on evil attribute soul beasts and soul masters. Simultaneously, sunset is accompanied by sky-burning flames. The power of the sun's true fire corrodes all life energy and is devoured by the evolved true fire, eventually evolving into chaotic skyfire. As the system prompts finished, Chen Changfeng's body underwent another transformation. While his cultivation skyrocketed, his appearance also evolved. His muscles were refined at an incredible rate, and the texture that once resembled a blood-red swimming dragon morphed into the shape of flames. The crimson mane gradually faded, revealing crystal-like arms that were remarkably striking. His humanoid evolution advanced another step, so powerful. Bibi Dong's bloodline truly is top-notch. Chen Changfeng felt his blood boil at the system prompt. A one-time reward of 50,000 years of cultivation left him only 3,000 years away from 200,000 years. The ultimate fire turned out to be Qian Renshue's true sun fire. It seems this is already the strongest flame in the Douluo world. More importantly, this true sun fire can evolve into intermediate chaotic skyfire. Although I don't know the power and effect, it's at least stronger than the true fire of the sun. He's only one step away from ultimate Douluo, while maybe not invincible, has he reached a semi-invincible state. Among humans, Sword Douluo Qinxin and Bone Douluo Gu-Rong are no longer a threat. The Spirit Hall's Hall of Elders, Sea God Island, and the Clear Sky School are temporarily out of the picture. Fewer and fewer people can pose a threat in the human world. If they don't come looking for trouble, we'll keep knocking them down until they're too afraid to show their faces. Now, only the ferocious beasts in the core area of the Star Do Forest remain. After he survives the 200,000-year thunder tribulation and evolves the power of thunder, he might be able to put up a fight. Looks like I still have to keep pushing. Inexplicably, Chen Changfeng felt a flicker of anticipation. He wasn't sure how long it had been. Bibi Dong opened her eyes groggily. Feeling sore all over. Then, instantly, Bibi Dong shot upright, and the memories of before she fell asleep flooded her brain. The horrifying images instantly overwhelmed her. Absurd. Utterly ridiculous. How could this happen? Ah! A roar filled with resentment echoed in the dark space. Bibi Dong didn't see that familiar, yet disgusting, figure, and her mind went blank. Humiliation, anger, and murderous intent surged through her. Chen Changfeng left the space. He was forced to leave. During his absence, he sensed that Tang San had brought his big guns to steal the house. Chen Changfeng left the space immediately, leaving Bibi Dong to vent her rage behind the barrier. Meanwhile, beneath the mountains and waterfalls, the Azure bull python had claimed the entire lake, and the Titan ape was squatting on the shore, acting as a lookout. The two giant beasts sensed Xiao Wu's aura at the same time. Tang San. The Azure bull python exhaled 2 puffs of air. Its huge bull head gazed at the waterfall from a distance. There's a cave behind the waterfall. Sister Xiao Wu should be trapped in the cave, but there's a barrier at the entrance. It must have been set by that Sekiro king. If we attack it directly, we'll definitely alert him. I don't care. I have to rescue Xiao Wu. So they've been imprisoned here all this time. It's less than 100 miles from the human world. A storm of emotions brewed in Tang San's eyes, thinking that this is the only way to enter the Star Do Forest. They had set foot on this mountain range countless times, and even came here many times to fetch water, but they never imagined that Xiao Wu and the others were here, separated only by a waterfall. He was finding it hard to process. How desperate must Xiao Wu and the others have felt, watching helplessly as he came and went, knowing they were being humiliated by that damn wolf thief, Clear Sky Hammer. Tang San didn't dare think about it anymore and used the cloak hammering technique. The surging soul power tore a hole in the 100-foot waterfall, finally revealing the circular opening on the mountainside. At that moment, Ming, Rongrong, Zhuqing, Xiao Wu, and Bai Qinxiang were standing at the entrance of the cave, looking at Tang San. Familiar faces, familiar figures. Tang San immediately lost his composure. Xiao Wu, Rongrong, Zhuqing, Xiangxiang. I've finally found you. I'm here to rescue you. Thank goodness you're still alive. Tang San was overwhelmed with emotion. He had bottled up all of his feelings for months. His eyes welled up with tears, and his voice choked with sobs, but in the face of Tang San's excitement, only Xiao Wu, hiding behind Ning Rongrong with vacant eyes, showed any reaction. None of the other 3 girls seemed remotely affected. They did not feel like they were being rescued. It wasn't that they didn't want to leave. Time had long changed their initial thoughts. Even if they returned to the outside world now, they wouldn't be able to face the life they once knew. After giving up on escaping, they simply accepted their fate. Their mindset had shifted. They no longer had to escape. They were settled here. They had fully adapted to this lifestyle, and even if they were allowed to go back, starting over would be difficult. Besides, they were now pregnant with children and had a new purpose in their hearts. Deep down, they were already Chen Changfeng's women. That was the truth. A heartbeat later, the excited smile vanished from Tang San's face. Especially when he saw Zhuqing and Ning Rongrong's bulging bellies, disbelief filled his eyes. They were both pregnant. An overwhelming sense of dread washed over him, leaving Tang San stunned. Zhuqing is pregnant. How is he supposed to explain this to Boss Dai? Rongrong is pregnant. How is he supposed to explain this to sect leader Ning? After all, he proposed this trip to Sea God Island, who would have thought it would all go down less than 4 months after. Shrek Academy and the Tang sect are about to fall apart. They are digging their own graves. Now, the two girls are showing, in the family way. Tang San couldn't accept this. Chapter 27 Rongrong Zhuqing, why are you all pregnant? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 27, Rongrong, Zhuqing. Are you both pregnant? Little punk. Tang San was about to smash through the cave entrance when a cold voice echoed, didn't think you'd find this place. Instantly, a massive wind blade descended. Tang San, face paling, yanked his 8 spider spears back to block. The spears exploded in front of him with a deafening crash, blasting him into the lake like a cannonball, sending waves crashing. Then, a rainbow light flashed from the distance. Chen Changfeng arrived in the cave in the blink of an eye, just in time. Wolf King, you're back. Seeing him, Ning Rongrong, Zhuqing, and Bai Qinxian instinctively rushed to his side, grabbing his arms. Even Xiao Wu, her eyes blank, clutched at his belt. Clearly, he was the only one who made them feel safe. Feeling the girls' worry, Chen Changfeng smiled faintly. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Ning Rongrong visibly relaxed, but then her face flushed slightly. Wolf King, could you stay with Zhuqing for a while? She's been dizzy, weak, tired, and has no appetite lately. Rongrong. Zhuqing murmured, embarrassed. Well, your morning sickness is hard to miss when you can barely eat, Ning Rongrong countered. That bad, huh? A flicker of concern crossed Chen Changfeng's face. He reached out and touched Zhuqing's stomach, then glanced at Tang San, who was now climbing out of the lake, a playful glint in his eyes. I'll grab some fairy herbs to settle your stomach. This place is awful. I'll take you to the Star Do Forest core area. The strong spirit power there will be good for the pregnancy. He turned and pinched Ning Rongrong's cheek. What about you, sweetie? Want me to keep you company too? I'm not. I'm not pregnant, Ning Rongrong stammered, eyes darting around, her heart suddenly racing. More than 3 months along, you're fine, Chen Changfeng grinned, giving her a knowing look. I can keep you company for at least 3 months. No way. I'm scared of the pain. Ning Rongrong quickly changed the subject. Teacher Erlong still won't eat, and we don't know what to do. Tang San watched the scene at the cave entrance, his eyes practically bugging out. He couldn't hear the words clearly through the barrier, but their actions filled him with despair, especially Xiao Wu. Was she just acting on instinct now, even without a soul? I'm your brother, Xiao Wu. Tang San's eyes burned. Just then, the Ming and heir Ming arrived. Heir Ming looked confused. Brother, what are Sister Xiao Wu and the others doing? Looks like they're begging for Tang San's life, right? Azure Bull Python said, I can feel that guy's killing intent towards Tang San. Tang San, did these 2 giant beasts even understand human behavior? Were 100,000-year soul beasts really this dense? Couldn't they see what was happening? But it was hard to blame them. The Azure Bull Python and the Titan Giant Ape had always lived in the Star Do Forest. How could they comprehend human emotions? Tang San. Finally, Chen Changfeng looked down at Tang San from above. You know about fairy herbs. My women need to have babies, so hand over all your healing and strengthening herbs, and then get lost. This time, I'll let you live. His wife. Having kids. This was a crushing blow. Tang San's face turned white with rage. The Ming and heir Ming's eyes went wide. Having kids. Was Sister Xiao Wu pregnant? They both loved Xiao Wu, childhood friends, but unspoken. Chen Changfeng knew this. In the original story, they'd sacrificed themselves for Tang San. Ming's last words were, "You are the best human being I have ever seen." In fact, heir Ming and I both like Xiao Wu. It's just because we are brothers and we don't want to hurt each other. You. And now Xiaowu was having a baby. Only now did De Ming and Er Ming understand why Sister Xiaowu's soul had been trembling at the lake of life. She'd been defiled by a wolf. There's Xiaowu. Roar. Er Ming went berserk, his roar shaking the mountains. He pounded his chest with his boulder-like fists, creating thunderous booms. Damn wolf. I'll kill you. Er Ming roared, stomping the ground. A wave of intense yellow light spread out, releasing an overwhelming gravity field, and the lake level instantly dropped several meters, the power of sheer crushing. It showed the depth of Er Ming's rage. Tang San. We'll fight him to the death. You used the chance to save Sister Xiaowu. De Ming's determination was absolute. Heartbreak, physical wounds could heal, but this emotional damage was impossible. 100,000 years. And a wolf got the girl, humiliating. The azure bull python raised its head, eyes bloodshot, and roared at the cave. Roar. Rings of blue light rippled outward. Azure slowness field. It would trap the enemy in slow motion for 10 seconds, even titled Douluo couldn't escape. The azure bull python had also lost control. You're both asking for it. Facing the sudden assault, Chen Changfeng pulled the girls behind him, snorted coldly, and unleashed his own flaming wolf king aura, honed over nearly 200,000 years. He forcefully countered the combined pressure. 200,000 year soul beast. De Ming gasped, feeling the terrifying energy. When did he get so strong? You two fools. Chen Changfeng's icy voice echoed, I was going to spare you at the lake of life, but you come here to die. You don't know how to be grateful. The story of the Star Do Forest is about to change. Forest King, Forest Emperor. Time for a new order. Humph. Then bring it on. The azure bull python was burning with fighting spirit. You're the scum of the Star Do Great Forest. Today, Er Ming and I will clean up this mess. Scum. Chen Changfeng sneered. The strong devoured the weak. It was the law of the jungle. At least I wouldn't kneel down and lick Tang San's boots like you two. You two were making the soul beast look pathetic. I would rather stop you from becoming Tang San's soul rings and soul bones. I'd rather do it myself, then attach you to Bibi Dong's body and use it to breed her own offspring. Tang San couldn't be killed just yet, but you two. You're fair game. Chapter 28 Chen Changfeng vs Ming 2 Ming. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 28, Chen Changfeng vs Ming and Erming. It wasn't that Chen Changfeng didn't want to kill Tang San. He simply couldn't. The moment the abyss devoured Bibi Dong along with her Rakshasa spiritual energy was a wake-up call. If Chen Changfeng had harbored any murderous intent then, it might have triggered the Rakshasa spiritual power within Tang San to retaliate. Both of them carried these spiritual forces inside. If Bibi Dong was a problem, Tang San was even more so. He possessed at least two divine presences, Poseidon, and the Azure presence he gained after passing through Slaughter City. These were likely fully integrated within him. Forcing a confrontation could have unpredictable consequences. After all, even the level 99 extreme Douluo Bibi Dong couldn't withstand Poseidon's golden trident's first 3 attacks. Chen Changfeng wasn't ready to take that risk. Besides, keeping Tang San around had its uses. Xiaowu still needed to be resurrected, and there was also the Blue-Silver Emperor. The newly resurrected Blue-Silver Emperor would be at her most vulnerable. Wouldn't it be easier to make Tang San suffer a fate worse than death? As for the Azure Bull Python and the Titan Giant Ape, they needed to go. They were destined to become formidable foes. Killing them now would prevent future headaches. Roar! Roar! Just as Chen Changfeng solidified his decision, 2 enraged roars echoed through the forest. The Azure Bull Python and the Titan Giant Ape, already consumed by fury, simultaneously broke through Chen Changfeng's oppressive force. Chen Changfeng responded in kind. He transformed into his Flame Wolf King Dharma form. The massive beast was even slightly taller than the Titan Ape, radiating the unique aura of nearly 200,000 years of cultivation. The Titan Ape hammered its chest, then slammed its massive arms against the ground. Gravity Quagmire. Gravity Quagmire, the Titan Ape's signature soul skill, amplified gravity 20-fold within its area. It controlled and restrained enemies while enhancing the ape's own strength. Chen Changfeng, who had just landed, suddenly felt the weight of a mountain pressing down on him. A thunderous boom echoed as he was forced onto the water's surface, creating massive waves. The gravity was immense. Despite the constraint, Chen Changfeng couldn't help but smile. A duel under pressure was interesting. Combined with the Azure bull python's torpor domain, the Titan ape's gravity quagmire felt like a two-pole static realm. It was no wonder Bibi Dong and the other 6 tidal Douluo had hunted them for a month. Top-tier soul beasts like these were far stronger than ordinary tidal Douluo. They deserved respect, and they deserved a glorious death. Bloodlust. Chen Changfeng's body was briefly paralyzed, but his muscles were growing at an insane rate. Instantly, a wind blade claw of ultimate wind tore through the soul skills of the Azure bull python and the Titan giant ape, targeting the Azure bull python. No. Brother, look out! That the Titan giant ape hadn't expected Chen Changfeng to break free and react so quickly. He lunged forward to help, but he was stopped short. Countless wood dragons and demon vines erupted from the ground, instantly binding the Titan like a tightly wrapped package. Humph! That the Azure bull python snorted, and the water churned. It planned to shield itself with its body, taking the full force of the wind blade while simultaneously activating its slow field. Its immense tail lashed out at Chen Changfeng's beastly form. The Azure slow field negated physical defenses, locking onto and tracking its target, slowing movement and perception tenfold for 10 seconds. These terrifying abilities of 200,000-year soul beasts were formidable. Even if Chen Changfeng could break free, he wouldn't be completely unscathed. The Azure bull python aimed to force Chen Changfeng to release his control over the Titan giant ape, a desperate gamble for survival, but it had miscalculated. Chen Changfeng not only maintained his soul skill, but fueled by bloodlust, pushed the properties of the wood dragon demon vines to their limit, crushing the Titan ape's body inward. If they wanted a hard fight, he'd give them one. Boom. The wind blade claw exploded against the Azure bull python's chest. Blood and flesh erupted, revealing bone. The blast shook the massive beast. At the same time, the python's tail slammed into Chen Changfeng's ribs, a blow from a 100,000-year soul beast. Tidal Douluo wouldn't dare withstand it, and even Super Douluo couldn't survive without defense, but Chen Changfeng met the attack head-on, trusting his fiery Wolf King physique. A deafening crash. Roar! Chen Changfeng roared in pain, biting down on the snake's tail. With a surge of strength, he ripped the Azure bull python's tail several meters out of the water. His massive wolf claws gripped its lower body and tore. This had become a battle of titanic beasts, a spectacle that left Tang San speechless. It was unbelievable, 1 against 2, multitasking at the highest level. No matter how skilled Ming and heir Ming were, they couldn't control the elements like Chen Changfeng. Meanwhile, storm clouds gathered overhead, 3-colored divine thunder crackled within. Chen Changfeng, driven by pain and fury, was pushed over the edge. Strong winds rose, clouds swirled, and fire ignited. Big brother! With a mighty roar, the Titan giant ape broke free from the wood dragon demon vines, its body covered in strangulation marks. The fact that the 100,000-year Titan giant ape, at its peak offensive power, had been restrained in a single encounter left him frustrated. The other party seemed to know them too well, and he was exploiting every weakness. Roar! Seeing the Azure bull python being torn apart, the Titan giant ape went berserk, hammering his chest and charging at Chen Changfeng. Boom. 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 At the same time, soul skills were brewing in the sky. Fire attribute soul power converged into a superstorm of intense fire and thunder. The storm's temperature continued to rise, its speed increased, and its power multiplied. Ultimate wind condensed into a massive whirlwind with unmatched tearing force. Even more terrifying, the fusion of ultimate wind and ultimate fire nearly doubled the storm's size. Ultimate wind, ultimate fire, ultimate thunder, the 3 attributes merged in the air. Soul skill fusion. No. Attribute fusion. The power in the sky exceeded anything a Super Douluo could create. Damn! The Titan's eyes widened. That's Tribulation divine thunder. How can it be so powerful? The charging Titan ape roared, swinging its fist at the vortex of thunder in the sky. Titan. Sky break. Titan sky break utilized gravity to compress the air into a destructive energy, unleashing the Titan ape's full offensive power. It rivaled a Super Douluo's ninth soul skill. And using his own body to emit this soul skill intensified his power. Distracted, Ming should have attacked Chen Changfeng first, but his worry for the Azure bull python, like the last time, had him fighting to save him. Chapter 29 Azure Nirvana Thunder. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 29 Azure Nirvana Thunder. Boom. The triple-colored divine thunder struck as the Titan ape was blasted by the Titan cannon. The impact shook everything. When the last red divine thunder hit, the 15-meter-tall Titan ape crashed into the lake. Explosion. A real explosion. Finally, a massive explosion rocked the lake bottom. A 100-meter wave shot into the sky, creating a terrifying curtain, and the entire mountain range trembled. Overload. The wind amplified the fire, and the fire amplified the lightning, causing a dangerous overload. Adding the thunder power of the triple-colored divine thunder, the explosion at the point of impact was immense. That's the real danger of combining elements. This attack would cripple him even if he survived. Ming, the Azure bull python's eyes burned with fury. Ignoring its own serious injuries, it was consumed by rage and bloodlust. Azure Annihilation Thunder. With a furious roar, the Azure bull python unleashed its most powerful attack. It was a desperate move using all its soul power. Rumble. Thunder roared, and blue lightning danced in the air. The Azure Nirvana Thunder was the Azure bull python's deadliest technique, capable of instantly killing a tidal Douluo at full power. The power of thunder. Chen Changfeng glanced up, a faint smile playing on his lips. Did the Azure bull python really think it could hurt him with lightning? Had it not noticed his own triple-colored divine thunder? This was perfect. This was exactly the assistance he needed. Just 3,000 years more. Absorbing the thunder into his body to temper his own divine thunder should push his cultivation past the 200,000-year mark, but to be safe, he needed to deal with one of them first, to prevent things from getting out of control. Deciding, Chen Changfeng finally went all out. His ultimate flame attribute erupted. Enough games. Chen Changfeng snarled, swatting away the Azure bull python's tail with his wolf claw. He raised his head and roared, "Sunset!" As he spoke, monstrous flames erupted from his body. The blast not only pushed back the Azure bull python's powerful form but also sent flames shooting into the sky. What incredible power! So, he'd been hiding his strength. This was his true power. Tang San, watching from a distance, felt his pupils constrict as he stared at the Flame Wolf King. Chen Changfeng stood proudly in the air, flames swirling around him, dominating the world. A wolf's howl echoed through the Star Doe forest. The sun in the sky turned black at a visible rate, leaving only a faint white halo. The entire Star Doe forest plunged into darkness. That's it. Extremes always bring reversal. Tang San, sensing the terrifying energy in the air, didn't hesitate. He yelled at Ming, who was sent flying, and the Titan giant ape, struggling out of the water, "Brothers, run. This is the beast's final move. Run, or it's too late." He was desperate. Tang San felt for the spirit beasts. He wanted to make it clear that Tang San definitely wasn't concerned about the 2 spirit rings and spirit bones. He was simply worried about them, but it was too late to run. Chen Changfeng snorted and turned away. He took 2 steps and landed heavily on the mountain, causing the ground to shake violently. Cracks spread outward from his feet. Only the cave remained intact, and even the 200,000-year-old spirit beasts felt weak under his feet. Chen Changfeng had been able to send the Azure bull python flying not just because of the Flame Wolf King's power, but also because his physical strength had reached a terrifying level. To put it plainly, even a limit Douluo couldn't stop him. In terms of both strength and physique, Chen Changfeng had improved to an almost unimaginable level. His body was no longer just at the 100,000-year level. So, no matter how strong the Azure bull python was, it was useless against such overwhelming power. The injured Azure bull python and Titan giant ape realized the danger they were in. "Second brother, I can't hold on anymore. Leave me. Take Tang San and run." I'll stay and fight him. Even if I self-destruct, I'll take this beast with me. Remember to take care of Xiao Wu for me. Ming's eyes burned with determination. No, brother. We go together, Ming roared and stomped his feet. A wave of intense yellow light spread out, the gravity domain, again, unfortunately, it had no effect on Chen Changfeng. Humph, Chen Changfeng snorted. A ball of red light condensed on his back, twisting the air around it. The giant flame wings spread out. In the next moment, they flapped toward the Titan ape and the yellow light. The gravity field had no effect, dissolving almost instantly in the flames, a ferocious beast. A flame beast. Only now did they realize that they weren't facing an ordinary 100,000-year-old spirit beast, they faced an unstoppable nightmare. Ming, we'll all die if you do this. Just leave. The Azure bull python suddenly stopped and pointed its head into the air. Roar! Finally, the Azure thunder of death, released with all its might, struck down, flames instantly engulfed the sky. Brother, do you think I can really escape? It's impossible now, Ming was resigned to his fate. I feel like I'm locked on by an invisible aura. He was right, as he spoke, rays of true sun fire shot out. The bright sun in the sky turned into true fire and blasted towards the Titan ape, engulfing it. Instantly, a massive image of the sun appeared in the sky, two suns, interconnected, transferring energy, the true power of the sun's true fire. Sunset, the power of the sun's true fire. An image of the sun descends, consuming the enemy and burning them with true fire. Spirit masters and spirit beasts weaker than the caster are unable to break free until their soul power is exhausted and they die. This skill doubles the burning effect on spirit beasts and spirit masters with the evil attribute. At the same time, the sunset is accompanied by the sky-burning flames, and the power of the sun's true fire corrodes all life energy. Roar! 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 Roars of endless pain came from within the sunset. The Titan ape was being refined by the true sun fire. No! Ming, the Azure bull python roared, its eyes bloodshot. With a final, desperate roar, its tail lashed out, ignoring the Azure Nirvana thunder and slamming directly into the setting sun's light. Boom! A deafening crash, the Azure bull python's tail couldn't disperse the sunset's image. It felt like striking the ocean. Though the golden light exploded half of it, it had no real effect. The sun's rays strengthened, quickly filling the gap. The sunset returned to its original state. Impossible. Hold on, brother. The Azure bull python went completely insane. Chapter 30 Breaking Through 2 Years, Evolving 5-Color Divine Thunder. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 30, Breaking Through and Evolving 5-Color Divine Thunder, Boom. It was a head-on collision with the light of the sun's sacred fire. This time, the sunset didn't just explode on one side, it exploded in half. Ugh, Chen Changfeng grunted, blood trickling from the corners of his mouth as his soul power recoiled. This was beyond what a 100,000-year soul beast should be capable of. Even for a sky blue bull python, there could only be one explanation: it was burning its life essence, desperate. The Azure bull python was going all out. Sunset. Anger welled up in Chen Changfeng's heart. A long wolf howl echoed through the mountains, triggering the sunset again. This time, however, he channeled the power of Mulei's body. Instantly, a third sun mixed with thunder descended, trapping the crazed Azure bull python inside. Chen Changfeng spread his wings and soared into the clear sky. The heat instantly engulfed the entire canyon, the dazzling flames eclipsing the sun. He felt like a wolf descending upon the earth. No! The Azure bull python roared, completely spent. The true fire of the sun was consuming everything, especially when it saw that its Azure Nirvana thunder posed no threat to its opponent. It broke. He was actually absorbing thunder into his body, ingesting it. A woo! A triumphant wolf howl echoed through the mountains. Tang San stared in disbelief as muffled thunder rolled in the sky. A breakthrough. The wolf was leveling up again. That was the familiar tribulation thunder. How long had it been? Unbelievable. Despite Tang San's disbelief, it was happening. Throughout the Star Do forest, beasts screamed, and countless soul beasts trembled in fear. The commotion even alarmed some of the most fearsome creatures deep within the forest. The mountain range was close to human territory. In both the Great Star Forest and the bordering human world, everyone witnessed an apocalyptic scene. 3 suns hung in the sky, swirling thunderclouds at their center. Thousands of electric snakes streaked across the sky, raining down on the Star Forest. Guys, Tang San yelled, that beast is undergoing tribulation. Take this chance to escape. I'll help. A mighty shout rang out. The massive black clear sky hammer materialized in Tang San's left hand. Facing the rising storm, the clear sky hammer struck the 2 sunset lights squarely. Haitian hammer. Chaotic cloak. Tang San. Don't worry about us, the Azure bull python growled, thinking, Xiao Wu, I leave it to you now. No. I have to save you, even if it costs me my life. Tang San. Huh. Was that little punk causing trouble again? Chen Changfeng, still evolving Muley, frowned. He watched Tang San bombarding sunset with the clear sky hammer and felt his dislike intensify. Tang San could do as he pleased because he had the vast sea barrier, using the power of a soul king to save 200,000-year soul beasts. It didn't matter that he was outmatched. What mattered was that he knew how to tug at heartstrings. Was he trying to pull a Xiao Wu by sacrificing himself, hoping to move the Azure bull python and Titan ape so they would offer him their soul rings and bones? Sure enough, Chen Changfeng sensed the 2 giant beasts stirring, so brainless. Tang San, you disgust me. Chen Changfeng's cold voice reached Tang San's ears. If I don't kill you, why don't you just disappear? Still dreaming of getting the Azure bull python and Titan ape to sacrifice themselves for you? Not a chance. Chen Changfeng finally succeeded in overcoming the tribulation. He absorbed all the power of thunder. Thunder as thick as an arm crackled above the flames surrounding him. He glanced at the massive wolf form. Tang San was terrified. It was the fear and powerlessness that came from his core. This wolf was so powerful that he was beginning to regret provoking him. He'd wiped out the entire wolf thief group with his schemes, and now they were locked in a feud to the death. It's over. Chen Changfeng snorted. The sky grew strange, 5 colors appearing suddenly, white, cyan, blue, purple, gold. Even the thunder vortex that had disappeared returned, this time with a terror that was several times greater than the previous tribulation. What is that? Tang San looked up at the sky, and the vast sea barrier reacted, bathing Tang San in a blue glow. At the same time, his body was shocked. A flicker of surprise flashed in his eyes. Chen Changfeng narrowed his eyes, confirming that Tang San had Poseidon's spiritual presence. He couldn't kill him yet, but it shouldn't reappear as long as his life wasn't threatened. He suddenly unleashed a flaming wind blade, sending Tang San flying over 3,000 feet away from the thunder. Chen Changfeng floated in the air, lightning flashing in his eyes. The vortex of thunder above spun faster. 5-color divine thunder. Rumble. Thunder struck. It wasn't the authentic great 5 elements divine thunder, but it had a hint of it. The golden divine thunder flashed lightning, destroying everything. The wooden divine thunder, followed by thousands of bolts, had paralyzing properties. Once touched, you were immobilized. The water divine thunder was mysterious. It turned into water and became a thunder pool, impossible to escape. The fire divine thunder was the most powerful. It mimicked the sun, purifying all power. The earth divine thunder was thick, like the power of the earth. It was at least the power of thunder at the 300,000-year level. 200,000-year soul beasts couldn't withstand it. Instantly, the sky was filled with thunder and fire. The Azure bull python and Titan ape were consumed, even if the entire sky was swallowed up. Finished. He could no longer feel their presence. Tang San watched in horror from afar, feeling only shock. This wolf thief was overwhelming, touching the vast sea barrier. He had another glimmer of hope. Xiao Wu, wait for me to come back. When I return, this wolf will regret being born. Wait for me. Looking at the cave entrance, Tang San disappeared under the light of the vast sea barrier. At the same time, the thunder dissipated, and 2 bloody soul rings, 10 meters long, floated above the lake. There were also bone fragments.